Okay, so a quick recap. You guys have basically taken on the task of investigating the murders in the local area. Ethan the Bard had informed you that a number of murders have been happening in the red light district, and Jen, the leader of the Alphas, pushed you to inquire into the knowledge of a red paladin who claimed to have information on said murders. This guy, Reynald Chevalier de la Follette. But he had informed you that his sister had been taken in by a number of monsters at a local brothel. And upon going into the brothel and inquiring about the situation, you found out that the brother had actually been abusing the sister and using her to accelerate his political ambition. So you confronted the paladin and refused to aid him, and he swore vengeance against the brothel keepers and his staff. You've returned to the Alphas to report this, and they've advised you to go to the aid of the monsters who run the brothel.
Oh yeah, and then we stopped there, didn't we?
Yeah. So
on our way back.
Yeah, so you endeavoured to basically head back, and you're now in the streets. So on your way through the streets, for the first time you can sort of see what Ethan was talking about before, where he's saying that a growing hostility has been seeping in through the town. You can see neighbours are arguing with each other very loudly over very minor things. Husbands and wives are shouting at each other from behind closed doors, and it's gone to the point that various different establishments are now running effectively bar fights for profit. The guards are openly hostile to basically everybody around them, and it gets to the point that you even witness them shaking down a dwarven merchant who committed no crime other than that he just walked past the guards at the time. As you reach the street behind the brothel, your path is waylaid by the familiar sight of the wolf, who appears to be leading an elven woman dressed in a deep blue robe. The wolf leads the elf over to you, and basically just sits down and scratches his nose. Its work evidently done.
Can I sniff the dog?
Can if you want.
I want to sniff the dog. Hell, I'm a lizard before anybody asks.
Alright, give me an investigation check.
13 on my head either.
Okay. I don't know what you're hoping to find, but he smells decidedly dog-like.
Does he not smell like anything I've smelled before?
Yes, you've smelled the dog before. You smelled him every single time that the dog has turned up.
Well, I can confirm it's the same one.
Openly
Same
engaged
wolf
in
every time.
Yeah, it's you identify that it is the same wolf. So,
Can I try and pet the wolf?
you can if you want. Okay, so while she's doing this, you can see that the elf woman is wearing the same metal and gold bracelet as the rest of you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Charlotte, this is you.
Hi. I'm just gonna awkwardly stand there and raise a hand and just go, "Hello, everyone. I'm Marayla. Hi."
Hello. What's your business down here?
We'll look at the wolf and say, friend of yours?
So the dog sticks his tongue out quite happily and his tail starts to
I
wag.
rolled a 20, by the way, on animal handling.
I
so.
believe this will, yes, is my friend.
Okay, so you basically had met the wolf just randomly as you entered the city, and the wolf has specifically led you to this location. Okay, so what did you say your name was?
Marayla.
Marayla has also received a letter from the ghost, and she has been sent by somebody similar to the rest of you to help investigate the convicts that have escaped from the Eskarov fortress. So over the course of random conversation, this is basically appointment is laid out to you.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys want to explain to her what exactly is happening with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we should give her the rundown.
Yeah, just a quick briefing of the Red Paladin stuff.
Docker will just come up behind her and just investigate.
I
So, Docker is the creepy assassin, by the way.
yeah. I'm not
Lovely
entirely
to
bright.
meet you.
And,
Right, it's the very friendly lizard.
and
Have you sniffed her yet?
Docker just on principle just won't say anything and just stare blankly at you. Okay, so the wolf, its work done, decides to trot off down the street and will then disappear out of sight.
And his job is done.
I'm gonna give up trying to find out who this dog is.
Well, I've sniffed it multiple times, and all I can say is it's the same dog.
Well, he seems friendly enough. He brought us a friend.
Okay, so you've explained the situation to Morella in regards to the brothel and the Red Paladins. But time is technically a wasting, so what do you guys want to do now?
We should probably be heading to
Can I
the...
go back and get my rug from the brothel?
Yeah, this is the thing. Tordum thinks that the brothel stole her rug. So,
Oh, there's that too.
okay, so Morella, do you want to go with them?
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll follow along.
Can you ping the building, Matt? I'm just...
Do you have any idea what the wolf brought you here?
Well, I grew up in a temple and I'm an adult, and the Grandmaster was like, you should go discover the world and bring joy into it, and that's why I'm here, and I've never been in a brothel before, so this should be fun.
They steal rugs.
Oh, I love that so much.
Okay, so you enter the brothel, as it were. You don't see any signs of disturbances, but to the point that the two dwarfs who are guarding the entrance are still standing their vigil exactly as they were before. And as you approach them to sort of cross the threshold, they demand silver again.
Again, but we've been here like...
No, I want my rug back. I am trader. Go find... I forgot her name because it's written in my notebook.
Constantina.
Go find...
Can I go for an intimidation check to be like, look, we were just here?
Go on then, sure.
Right, let's... Hang on, let me get my sheet up. What am I rolling? Okay, I got a 12, I got +4, I think, to intimidation. Yeah, +4, so 16.
Okay. But he isn't necessarily intimidated by you, but he does somewhat recognise you from before. So he does allow you entry.
I don't know what you want me to
do a persuasion.
Okay. 15.
Okay. He also recognises you as the crazy rug person.
Yay.
So he allows you in. Michaeli,
It's always good to run around with a rug.
how do you want to?
I'll try to be confident and just walk by, just nodding.
Can we just say Docker jumped through the window again?
Yeah, sure. Let's I'll put Docker up here then. Give me a persuasion check, Michaeli.
Oh no.
Sorry, a deception rather.
I'm going straight back over to the bar.
Deception.
Yep.
Oh, it's -1. Beautiful. Oh, 19. Is it 20? I mean, it's 19.
Okay, so he gives you a quizzical look, but doesn't question it. And Morella, how do you want to try and beat your way in?
Not having to know what they're doing, she's just gonna try and walk past the guards, thinking that's just what she's meant to do, and
Okay.
just smile and be like, I have a crystal if you want one.
No.
Give me a deception check.
That'd be a 9.
Okay. But the dwarf basically steps in front of you and stops you, and basically says in a very gruff, muffled voice, because his helmet and beard are so thick, 2 silvers.
Can I say she's my rug assistant? I need somebody to carry my rugs.
Not from over there, you can't.
I've come back over. If you're looking at the bleeding map.
I'll
Yeah,
shout
so I
back
rolled
that she's
15
with
on
us.
persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah, can we just say she's with us?
Sure. But Natalie rolled quite hard on persuasion, so yeah, you're allowed in, and
Yes.
okay. So as before, the place is very heavily smelling of incense sticks. There's the smell of rich alcohol is on the air, and the band are pretty much playing the exact same song as they were before. But the brothel, as always, is lit with a blue pale light in the middle, with red lustful lights going along the sides. But the place is quite packed, where patrons are being sort of like caressed by the working girls, as it were, in their chairs, trying to get work out of them. And the casino table is also got quite a good following today as well. The only bare place of the facility appears to be the bar, where the barman is just simply standing there cleaning a dirty mug.
So no signs of the paladin yet.
Yeah, no signs of any sort of disturbance at this point. And it's also clear that nobody is sort of expecting any danger either, because of how relaxed everybody is.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go up to the woman who's in charge. Which
Yeah,
I believe
she's down
is
the
this
alarm.
one.
Yep,
You
she's
sound
up
the
there.
alarm.
I'm gonna go fill her in on sort of what was said between the paladin and stuff, saying that he said he was going to sort it out himself, kind of situation.
Okay. So Osatina basically swishes her hair along and stands in a sort of like provocative pose to you, and listens to everything he says, and then basically just simply says, "Oh, don't worry. He threatens stuff like that every day of the week. Though, judging by your presence here, I assume that you are taking him seriously. We'll keep a watch out, but don't worry. Nobody can get past my guards without raising the alarm, as it were."
We all did. I'm just standing on the bar shouting this.
The lizard makes a point.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do while you're waiting for the Red Paladin to turn up?
Can I go back to
I
ring
would
the
like to
paladin?
ask where the incense is from.
Okay, who do you want to ask that?
I'm going to go to the person at the bar
Okay.
and just be like, "Excuse me, where is this beautiful incense from? I must have some."
We bring it in from the various temples that we do trades with. But I believe this particular flavour, shall we say, it comes from the temple of Lyriara. I believe that's how you pronounce it anyway. But we then mix it with
Nice.
various spices and fruits, like various oils and all that malarkey, and we then set fire to it and we burn it in piles, like in the torches, and it creates this pleasant aroma as well.
That's a weird
Well, it does
observation.
smell beautiful indeed.
Okay, McKelly, what do you want to be doing?
Not so loud.
I will constantly look around to see if I can see the paladin coming through from any doors. And I will keep my guards up, probably just staying over here near the, I guess it's the column right there, right?
Right, so sorry, where are you looking?
Where I am right now. The even.
Okay, those are chandeliers hanging from the ceiling.
All right, okay. I will just sit over here and I always look at the door to see if the red paladin walks in. I'll just keep my quarterstaff next to me so that I don't get surprised by his entrance. If anything happens, I'm ready.
Sure. Okay. If you also give me an investigation check.
Oui. Investigation. That is a 13.
Okay. You notice that the wall behind you, where where the seat is basically perched, you can feel a slight breeze coming through what appears to be a hole in the wall. So you can basically gather that the space behind this wall is basically is another room. And you also remember that there were 2 doors in the sort of like entrance curtains after where the dwarfs were standing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so David, what are you going to do now that you've told her this?
I'll unmute myself first.
That's one of your actions. Now do your bonus action.
Right. I think I'm going to stay sort of where I am.
Okay.
And just sort of like keep like an overall view of sort of everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of like stay vigilant.
Okay. And Docker is going to go into one of these side rooms. Okay, so a good sort of like hour to an hour and a half sort of passes. Okay, so Docker and Turek, you basically hear from the main corridor the sounds of arguing. The dwarves basically not doing anything to sort of like back down. And then after a slight pause, as it were, you then hear the definitive sounds of money passing hands. And then eventually the Red Paladin, with one of his brothers-in-arms, along with 4 thuggish persons, enter the brothel. One of the girls sees them and lets out a slight yelp, and that sort of raises everybody's attention to this entrance, as it were.
I would like to. I don't know. Do I want to sort of like leave this to play? No, I'm gonna. Definitely, given this sort of situation, I'm gonna come down to the sort of centre of the room.
Okay.
So that's at least sort of, you know.
Okay, so as you approach, you notice the Red Paladins, but then more importantly, you recognise the thuggish people. Yeah. So you notice that these 4 individuals are the exact same people who are hunting Ethan in the marketplace earlier on.
Yeah.
They show no signs that they have been hurt in any way or that you had killed them before, and they themselves don't seem to recognise you.
Well,
So you mean literally the same persons?
Literally the same people.
is there any sort of indication that they're like? So hang on, you said there's no sign of like damage whatsoever.
No, as far as you're aware, these are just 4 completely new, identical people to the people that you had met before.
Alright, well that's definitely strange.
Yeah? Plug it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for them, for the paladins to talk first, to see if they're here to make a mess or just to talk a little bit, and then we're gonna decide later what to do.
Okay. And can I just ask, who drew this artistically shaped penis
That
on the floor?
was me accidentally. I was gonna say you got something to remove that because I can't find how to do such a thing.
No worries.
You can just like select it, drag it, select it, and then press cunt.
That would make sense. I was looking for the thing to sort of check distances and stuff. But I clicked on the wrong thing, and I just drew a line. I was like, oh god.
Okay, so Osatina will basically come down the stairs and stand in front of you to sort of block the Red Paladins. Reynold basically points out his sword into the room and then cries out in an echoing voice, which causes the band to stop playing. Fear us, heathens, for your time of reckoning is upon you. I, Reynold de Chevalier de la Folliere, shall rain it down upon you.
Can I just stand on the table and go, hey, I know those guys?
Hey.
Pointing at the guys behind him.
Can I move? What was her name again?
Osatina.
Osatina. I'd like to just step forward and move her out of the way.
Yeah, sure, one sec.
And I'd like to just fully initiate combat by using my breath weapon.
Okay, sure. I've been waiting for this for ages.
They're all lined up, right? I've done the math. It's a 15-foot cone. I can hit the ball.
And I they wanted to be diplomatic with them. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give Kelly the chance this time, unfortunately.
All right.
I'll say something along the lines of, I'd like to see you try, and then I'm going to breathe fire at them.
Is it actually fire? Because I mean, there's carpets and curtains as well.
Yeah, the curtains might get a little bit burnt on.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a red dragon, so it is actually fire.
Well, not. I'm sorry for the rug.
Right, so what do I roll for this?
Okay, so they all need to make dex saving throws, don't they?
Yes, so I exhale in 15-foot cone. It is a DC 12 dexterity saving throw and 2d6 damage.
Okay, so
That's 4 and...
so the paladins, they don't get anything, so that's those two. Okay, so the paladins both failed, and the thugs. Okay, the snail guy and the heart guy both saved. The others didn't.
I rolled 2 falls, so 8 damage to the people who failed. 4 to the ones that didn't.
Okay, right. Okay, so 8 damage, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me initiative rules. Okay, so after that point where you've burnt half of these people to death and destroyed pretty much everything fabric and expensive in this brothel, Shaz, you have first move.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward, and if I want to try and kill everyone with some magic, I'm gonna go forward.
Come on, you said you want to go to
Okay.
Yes, you can. Go to the toilet first. I'll come next.
And then as I move, I'll also draw my mace ready to attack hopefully next round.
Okay. You gonna do anything as your action?
I don't think I can, because I've only got firebolt, and unless I want to kill everyone.
Okay. I mean, you can prepare. You can prepare for like a dodge action or something if somebody comes up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm prepared to dodge if someone tries to whack me.
Okay. Okay, so the next is the Red Paladins. So, so Reynold is going to go straight to Osatina and give her a good old-fashioned whack with his sword. Okay, so right, that's done that damage. Right, so then the other paladin is going to he is going to do the spell Heroism. He's basically going to put and he's basically going to do that in a burst as opposed to just a simple touch spell. And he is going to get Right. So everybody, like, basically in this group, put a shimmering light flurries on them, and they all seem to like take new courage from this, and they each all grip their swords a little bit more tightly, and any sign of sort of doubt or fear in the back of their heads has been immediately been removed. And then after that, he is going to move over here because he's worried about getting penned in. Okay. Okay, and then next is the thugs. So this thug is going to move in and attack you, Michele.
Yeah, go forward, baby.
And he's basically just going to give you a good old-fashioned whack with his axe. Are you still seated, by the way?
Pardon?
Are you still seated?
No. As soon they came in,
Okay.
I mean, it's just the fire just exploded in the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can I have your AC, please?
15.
Okay. He just misses, and he takes out the chair that you were sitting on instead.
Ha! Could have laughed.
These guys are then going to both charge Kashan. Okay, what's your AC, David?
18.
Oh, you can take it, boy.
Okay, so one of them hits, so he's going to give you a good old-fashioned whack, and he has done 13 damage to you.
What?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
13 damage?
Yep.
Yikes. Oof.
I think he might be
Wrong
dead.
one.
Okay.
No, I'm not dead. We were full health coming into this, weren't we?
Yep. And then this one is also going to charge and attack Osatina. Misses. Okay, so that's them done. So Osatina is, having just been whacked in the face with a sword, is going to let out a long and echoing scream, and she shifts from her beautiful form and turns into something vampiric looking and incredibly monstrous. She bares her fanged teeth and lets out another echoing scream, and slashes out at the paladin who has just attacked her. Okay, so that's her turn done. Natalie, you're up.
Cool. I sat down just in time. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt on. I'm going to sort of move here. I'm going to cast it on the snail guy.
Okay.
$15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So he takes 9 damage.
9 damage, okay.
Yeah, and I can choose to next time I choose that spell. If I use it on my next turn, it's an automatic hit
Okay,
on him.
sure. Right, so anything else?
Alright, so I moved. That was my spell. And bonus out. I'll go get it.
No, I'll get it.
I don't want to do a bonus action.
Okay.
I haven't got meta spell or anything. I've only got two-handed fighting thingy.
Michele, you're up.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Since I've got this little fella in front of me, I'm just gonna make him sorry. And I'm gonna attack him with my
You want to sit next to her? She'll sit next to you.
so first one is a crit.
Okay.
Then I've got 22.
Yep, that hits.
And last one is a 14.
Okay. All but the last one hit.
Okay.
Okay, so give me your crit damage first.
Do you adjust another die or you multiply the two?
So with your crit damage, just roll for damage and then double it.
I'm coming.
Alright, okay. So the crit is 10.
Okay, so you've done 20 damage.
No, in total, 10.
Okay.
And the other two are 13 in total.
Okay. Yep, he is very dead again. Describe the kill.
Does he fall on the floor? Does he disappear?
Yeah, 1 second. Matt, she wants my phone.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking you. Describe the kill.
Oh, okay, no. Yeah, I just with my thingy quarter stuff, I'm just gonna smash his face and let it drop on the floor.
All right.
Looking towards the paladin, saying, "You're next."
Okay. Okay, he's getting blood in his eyes. Okay, so Docker is just going to quietly open this door. Sort of like come up behind the main paladin and just give him a good old-fashioned stab in the back.
Okay. That'd be good.
But I've never done sneak attack before, so bear with me.
Good old Docker.
Okay, so he's going to attack him with the short sword first. And misses entirely. So unfortunately the guy now knows he's there, so he is now going to attack him with his dagger. And also misses completely.
No.
So Docker's just like, yeah, sorry.
Going at the back of the cloak, he's got no idea where the guy actually is.
I'm back in the closet.
Okay, so Dave, you're up.
Right. Okay. I'm probably just going to attack the blue guy.
Alright.
So yeah, I'll just swing at him with my axe. First of all. So that is a crit. That is a 20 natural. That is going to cleave this guy in half. Hopefully. Right. So
After you incinerate.
just roll damage and then double it. You say, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so I rolled a 9 plus 3, so 24.
Okay, and that's against blue guy, yeah?
Yep, straight at the blue guy.
Okay. Alright, describe the kill.
It's nothing fancy, it's nothing special, it's just I'm gonna snarl at him and raise my axe above my head and just cleave straight through shoulder to hip.
Okay. Do you get a second action?
Yes, I am going to bonus action use my second wind to heal 1d10 plus 2. So let me roll that. 3d10. Oh. Okay, so that's 7 plus 2, so 9 health.
Alright, so apply that health back.
Feeling a little healthy again. Can't believe I got hit for 13, that's a lot of damage. Alright, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna stay sort of where I am, sort of guarding off from.
Okay, so that's the end of the... Alright, so that's the end of the first round. Charlotte, you're up.
Sorry, I hadn't unmuted myself. I'm just completely talking. Is this guy still alive? Because there's a red dot next to him, and I.
Oh yeah, he's just like the red guy.
Okay. I'm gonna try to whack him.
Did you say you're going to slap him?
Sorry, I say thwack. THWACK as my word for attack. Sorry.
That's fine. I thought you said you were going to slap him. I was like, go on then. I'd love to see someone slap someone.
No, I'm gonna use my mace and hopefully hit.
You're going to fuck him.
A 19 hit.
Just, yep. So roll damage.
5 points of damage.
Alright, and that's against the red guy. Okay. Okay, he is not looking happy. Like, it knocks him onto his knees. He's literally holding on for dear life now. Okay, do you have any other actions you could do?
I don't believe I can cast a spell as well, can I?
If you have a bonus action cantrip or spell, you can do them.
No, and then I'll just prepare to dodge out the one who tries to come at me.
Okay. Oh, careful, Papa. Careful. Okay, so the red paladins are going to be back up. So, but having identified what's what, but this guy is going to cast. But he's going to cast another spell, and but Reynolds' sword just suddenly starts glowing with intense white light. And he basically raises it up and he's going to make a strike against Osatina again.
Two.
Okay, that's a hit, and that is...
I'm pink.
Plus... Okay, so she's taken quite a substantial hit, to the point that one of her vampiric wings has now been torn. She crashes to the ground. Okay, so that's their actions. Right, so the thugs, this guy is going to move away from Kashan. So Kashan, you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Do I have to roll to hit on that?
Yep.
I got 13. What do I add to it? Attack rolls plus 5. 18 hit.
Yep. Yep.
1d12. I rolled 2, so 5 damage in total.
Okay. Snow guy. Okay. So he is basically just going to go straight up to Docker and give me a strength check. Docker.
Is he going to throw him again?
Oh, yep, because he's got a natural 20 on his strength check.
And once again, Docker is thrown
he
by the same guy.
And he is going to throw Docker at the band players.
I just love it's the same one through last time.
And Docker takes... Maya, stop it. Stop it. And he takes 7 damage. Docker, unfortunately, is not looking happy.
Believe it doesn't.
Okay, that's just to symbolise that he's at half health. Okay, so the other thug is going to make an attack against Oshatina. And he is going to put... And that was quite a massive blow against her. She is looking very, very bloodied at the moment. Okay. She is going to try and escape, actually. So she's going to try and come over to where you are. The thug gets another attack, which fails. Okay. Nat, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move. And stand on this chair.
Okay.
And I'm going to recast that spell, which is bolt on this guy.
Yep.
Which is an auto hit because I cast it last time. And a really cool thing with that spell is I don't have to
Cool, 2 damage.
roll to it, so I do 1 damage. So he takes 8 damage.
Okay. Describe the kill.
I'm just gonna like jump on the chair and just sort of like throw a lightning bolt at the guy and then just sort of casually sit in the chair and drink my fireball
Okay, fair enough.
that
Okay.
I'd carried with my tail.
Okay.
I'd carried my glass all the way from the bar.
Okay, McKelly, you're up.
Hello. Who's the caster?
Right, so this one is the spellcaster. This one is the swordsman.
Okay. I'm going to direction of the spellcaster and try to hit him hard.
Okay, sure.
Get off. Alright. So, I've been rolling a 12, a 10, oh come on boy, and a 15.
Okay. Da, 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 da. So what were the numbers again?
12, 10, and 15.
Okay, the 15 hit.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, beautiful. 2 damage. Enjoy. Fuck's sake.
And that was a punch, right?
Yeah, just like a slap.
Okay,
A
so,
big slap.
so you smack him across his chest plate and you actually realise that under his robes, which look entirely fabric, he's actually wearing an iron chest plate. So you're like, tung,
Ouch.
ah, does the thing. Okay, da, da, da. Right, so Josh is going to spend half his move standing up, and he's going to assume that it was the red one that threw him, so he's going to make an attack against him. Maya, stop doing that, please.
Disgusting.
Okay, so he's going to do his sword, which hits. Okay, so he is then going to do. Okay, so 8 plus. Okay, so he's basically just going to stab him in the back, which kills him. He's then going to go to the to Reynold, and he's going to attack him with his dagger. Oops, wrong one. Which missed. Okay. Okay, so David, you're up.
Right. So who have we got left? The spellcaster and the paladin. Is that
Yeah,
right?
the two red paladins are all there left.
I guess I'll just go for the guy in front of us.
Sure.
And I'll try and hit him with my axe. So I got 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then is that a 6 or that's a 6? 6. So 9 damage.
9 damage to Reynold, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he definitely felt that, and you definitively feel your axe like hit through his armor and hit flesh. So you've definitely drawn blood, as it were.
In that case, I'd like to take my action surge.
Sure.
And try and hit him again.
Sure.
And I rolled a 12 plus 5, so 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes. And this time I only did 6 damage.
Okay, despite only doing 6 damage though, he is looking incredibly bloodied. To the point that blood is now flowing out of his mouth. You've clearly hit something vital on your first hit.
Good. Good.
Okay, Charlotte, you're back to the top, you're up.
I'm gonna dive forwards and I'm gonna attempt to hit the paladin.
Okay.
Was an 18 hit.
So in 18, did you say?
Yeah.
Yep, that hits.
I have a hit.
And only 3 damage.
So how much?
3.
3 damage, yep. Okay. You go do anything else?
I don't.
Okay. Right. Okay, so
Inside voice.
so
We use inside
this
voice.
guy is going to he can see that his comrade is hurt quite significantly. So he is, despite the fact that he's being attacked himself, he's going to cast a series of insignias, and a beam of light connects between him and his comrade. And all of a sudden, the bleeding that Reynolds seems to be feeling immediately stops.
Not so loud.
Ay, ay, ay. They've been healing themselves.
Okay, he's still looking quite bloodied, but he doesn't appear to be suffering his internal injuries anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so Reynolds is then sort of detecting weakness, is going to attack Docker. And he hits.
Not so loud.
And Docker is very much knocked out. Okay, so Docker is now in critical, so he now needs to do saving throws and stuff on his turn. Okay, the thugs are down, Paladin's taking their turn, so but the siren is going to fly up here to try and save herself. Hi Josh.
Hi.
I'm afraid you've arrived at a point where you've literally just got knocked out.
Yeah, I just heard that I've just been knocked out.
Well, if it helps, you were thrown as a javelin into a bard again.
By the same guy!
Nice.
That was a whole thing. We'll catch you.
Okay, so Natalie, you're up.
Can I jump and, like, hold on, like, I jump on this guy's shoulders, but I can't really put my token there. And
Okay.
do shocking grasp.
Sure.
You said they were wearing metal. I mean, he's wearing metal, right?
19 to hit, Matt.
Yep, that hits.
Nice.
He takes 5 damage. And obviously I'm... Is he wearing armour?
Yes, very heavy armor.
Okay. Then I have advantage, but I don't need to worry about it, do I?
No, do advantage again, just in case it's a crit.
Not likely to be. No.
Okay, sure. So 5 damage, yeah?
Yeah. And I'm sort of just holding on to him.
Okay.
He can't really... I've got like his arms.
Okay.
He's grappled? Really?
Yes. So you can try and save himself with
Yeah, that's
a.
my motion, my bonus action, and my spell.
Okay. McKelly, you're up.
Calm down.
First thing, I'm gonna shout, "Do not kill them," or at least one of them. And I'm trying to finish up the one in front of me.
Okay.
So I've been rolling fucking 10 again.
Okay.
Another, it's a 15.
Yep.
No, I'm not buying ice cream ever again.
And there is a 21.
No, 'cause
Okay, so the 15 and 21 hit.
Okay. Fuck's sake. It's 8 damage altogether.
8 damage, yep. Okay.
No, don't do that with staff on her head. Not on her head. Right.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm using a red motor, so
That's dangerous.
I'm doing
Okay, so Josh, your turn?
I'm just rolling a death save, aren't I?
Yep.
That's a natural 1.
Okay, so
Gently.
Oh dear.
Gently.
so if you mark off, I'll be kind and just say 1 failure.
Are you sure? I don't mind playing it by the rules and having 2.
No, I'll be kind.
Aww.
Okay, so yeah, just mark off 1 death save.
Yeah, I have done.
Okay, David, you're up.
Guess I'm just gonna quickly swing at the paladin again. I don't really have anything else I can do right now.
Let's keep at least one alive. Let's not kill them all.
Doc is unconscious by
Okay,
the
what have I got?
Do we have to keep
Plus
it? Is that
5.
one of the challenge?
Does 16 hit?
Yep.
Cool. And then 7 plus 3. So 10 damage.
10 damage, yep. Okay, so is that your action?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do.
Okay, so then back up to the top. Charlotte, you're up.
Okay. Did you say this person was down?
Yeah, Docker is down, yep.
Can I use my chant divinity preserve life then to give them to restore them 10 HP?
Yep.
Ooh.
Let's
Thank you
go.
very much.
No problem. There you go.
Okay, so is that just Docker or is that everybody in your group?
I'm just doing that to Docker because I
Sure.
can choose up to 3 people within 30 feet of me, but because he's down, I thought I'd do it for him.
Okay.
Yeah. Good trade.
Docker stands up and goes, I've stopped sulking now.
Okay.
I'm ready to kill people.
I'm alive! Die, die, die!
Gives himself a slap on the face. Game time. He's ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Slits his finger.
Okay, so the red paladin that Michaela and Natalie are fighting, he's just going to suddenly shout out to the other one, "Brother, we should retreat. We're overwhelmed." And then Reynolds going to say, "No, we fight to the bitter end." And he's going to give Kashan a good old-fashioned whack.
Mummy.
What's your AC?
18.
Okay, yeah, he hits.
God. Damn.
And he has done 8 damage to you.
8.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Right, Natalie is sorting out Myra at the minute, so McKelly, if you will take your turn.
Yes. Alright. Nothing, I'm just gonna try to hit him again. See if, oh no, see if I can do any damage this time. So the first is a 9, the second one is 23, and the third one is a 17.
Okay, so the 17 and the 23 hit.
Okay. Alright, it's again 8 damages.
So how much damage?
8.
In total, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing you put your right in your freeze.
Okay, no. Is that you done, McKelly?
Yes, I've used my actions.
Sit on my lap.
Okay, so, Nat, if you will take your turn.
One sec. Just
Finish him!
some mad amount. Right, well, I'm obviously clinging to him,
Oh, yeah.
so I don't know if there's any sign of grapples. I'm gonna just shock him again.
Sure.
21 to hit.
Yep.
4 damage.
Yep.
And as a bonus action,
Yep.
can I make biting?
Sure.
Mummy, mummy, mummy.
So 20 to hit.
Mummy.
Is that a natural 20?
Mummy,
No.
mummy,
Okay, sure.
Mummy, 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 mummy.
Someone just rolled initiative apparently. Who takes 5 damage.
Yep.
And I gain temporary hit point.
Okay. Have you actually bitten flesh out of him? Or?
Yes, I've like
Oh.
snapped the whole chunk out of the
Wonderful
his head.
vision.
And I'm just like hanging on the side of him and electrocuting him and munching on him at the same time.
Well, at least it's
Cooking
good.
and eating him at the same time.
He just shouts out, "This is not how I wanted this day to go." So, Josh, you're up.
Cool. So, Docker is going to stand up and be like, "I'm on face," and is then going to acrobatically flip over whoever is in front of him. This one.
Yep. Then you
Gonna
go.
acrobatically flip over it. Not knowing, he does, obviously he does know who he is, but you know what I mean. To here, and then because he's not engaged with me, I can use sneak attack.
Did you use your disengage action to come out of his melee range?
Was I fighting someone?
Yeah, the guy in front of you.
Okay,
The red
ignore that
paladin
then.
that you
I
don't
thought he was
like.
dead.
No, that's him at critical health.
Oh, right, okay, I thought he was dead. Ignore me then. So I'm in melee with him. Cool, so yeah,
He is suffering the rules of flanked, so you do still get your sneak attack on him.
Cool, that's alright then. So yeah, I'm going to sneak attack. Obviously I don't need to roll that one yet. I need to roll to hit first.
Your rolls haven't been great, I'll tell you that much.
Have they not?
No.
Oh, this one's better. 19 plus 4 is 23 to hit.
Yep.
And then that is 1d6 and... Oh, I need 2d6 actually. 2d6 plus 2. That is 8 damage.
In total, yep.
Yeah, 8 damage with my short sword.
Yep.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to I'm going to take the knee, aim my crossbow for his throat, and fire.
Okay.
Because I've got crossbow expert attack.
Mhm.
So that is 1d6 plus 2. Oh no, I need to hit first. Come on, give me another one. Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
Yes.
A 17 hit.
Yes, the 17 hits.
Oh, well, I've got max damage. So 6 plus 8, 8 damage. So I've done 16 damage in total.
Alright, describe the kill.
Describe the kill. So I'd like to imagine that the short sword is just kind of poking out of him right now as I've left it in there.
Mhm.
And then I've taken the knee, because you know, Docker, he likes to have flair. He's taken the knee, put his crossbow on his knee, and then fired straight up at his throat.
Okay.
And he's probably knocked him back as he's been hit.
Okay, so Kashan and I'm gonna keep on forgetting your name. But what is it again? Sorry, Charlotte.
Marayla.
Malaya, right? But they're both like showered in blood and gore as the arrow takes him up and back down again, and he is very dead. At which point the other red paladin is just gonna start screaming, "I surrender! I surrender!"
And then Docker is just going to go, ah!
So which one's dead?
Right, so
The brother or
this one is dead,
the brother's dead?
and this one is now surrendering.
Oh, but I want to eat him.
You can still eat.
No. Can I knock him out instead before the lizard is gonna eat him alive?
Yeah, you can just do like a normal attack of opportunity, but simply just do it as a non-lethal action.
I was gonna say, is it not his turn before mine anyway?
Yeah. Okay. So, is that what you want to do, Michele?
Yes. I don't want him to be killed. That's
Yeah,
all.
because combat is now technically over. So well done, you guys have won this. Now I just need to quickly work out how much XP you got because I didn't actually write it down. Bear with me.
Well, I'm just going to casually hang on to this guy and threaten to eat his head then. I'm not really going to eat his head, I'm just going to like
give yourselves 520 XP, guys.
Ooh, 520. It's a level up.
Yep.
Ooh la la.
Okay, so while you guys are leveling up, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm hanging on the guy, threatening him.
Okay.
Right,
So, has the guy been knocked out?
Yes.
Yes. And Natalie is just hanging on to him, threatening to eat him.
No. I don't want him to be killed. Alright.
I'm not, I'm just threatening him. If he doesn't do whatever it is you guys want him to do, then I'll eat him.
I mean, he did say he surrendered.
I'm very confused.
Maybe we should like put him in a chair. Are all of the people still just sort of milling around? Like,
They're not milling around, but they haven't moved from where they were. But it seems that the girls have made some sort of effort to sort of like keep them safe, as it were.
okay.
The only one who doesn't appear particularly perturbed by this are the two dwarfs standing at the front of the at the entrance place, who literally did nothing during this point, and the barman who is still cleaning his dirty mug.
I feel like this happens more than once on a regular occasion.
So
I'm starting to be
Ossatina,
concerned that the dwarfs are very charming.
I have nothing new from this
so-
level up.
sorry?
Is that right?
I think you may have just gained new spells. Okay, so Ossatina is basically going to come over, and you can see that she is quite badly wounded, and she's holding her side, but she still seems to be functional, as it were. One of the girls comes rushing over to her, and sort of like props her up, and she basically just shouts out, "For God's sake, you bloody dwarves! What the hell do I pay you for?" And the dwarves basically just come in, and basically said they paid the silver.
Oh,
And she basically turns to you guys. So, thank you. That was intense. And she winces from the pain. And thank you for not killing my bard whenever you crashed into him. She says to Docker.
I fucking hate bards.
So one of the other ladies is standing next to to Natalie, and she's
Sorry.
basically what should we do with this one?
Can I eat him?
no.
Kelly seems rather opposed to.
Okay.
Yes. I think he deserves. I think he deserves some a moment to understand why he's joining this cause, what is he doing here, and especially who the fuck was those people before, you know? The guys that were supposed to kill them already. Now
Oh yeah, that might be a good shout.
Yeah, Josh, just for the sort of like records, because you weren't here. The thugs that you fought were the exact replicas of the people you fought before. To the point, but with the difference that they didn't seem to have any injuries about them, and they didn't have any idea who you guys were.
Oh, right.
Except one of them who seemed to recall that he needed to throw you into a bard. Okay, so you're asking these questions. I take it you've like sort of awoken him, as it were, after knocking him out.
Yeah, but first I'm gonna tie them really tight, so if he can't do any spells.
Okay, so one of the girls will simply hand you a pair of furry handcuffs, and
That will do it.
Okay, so he basically wakes up and he's handcuffed to the chair, and he's still got Tordum sort of like chewing on his arm. He's like, get her off me, get her off me.
Well, you got two chances. Or you rather speak, or you rather die.
I'm happy to speak. I'm happy to speak. Please, just get this thing away from me.
I'm gonna just casually sit by his feet and just look very hungry at him.
Intimidating. Yes, I'm just gonna repeat the questions there to the guy. So referring to the thugs and why is he following the sick guy as before and everything else.
But I don't know who they are, but they're friends of Reynolds. They just appeared whenever I agreed to meet with him to try and save his sister, and that he just brought them with them. But they're strong, stronger than they have any right to be. But I saw them shove aside a horse just with one arm. But they're stronger than they have any right to be. But I've no idea who they are.
Can we like investigate the bodies to see if there's any sort of discernible marks towards?
Sure. Give me an investigation check. And anybody else who wants to do that?
Where have I put my?
I'm gonna just sniff this guy and just freak him out a little bit more. I changed the colour of my dice, by the way, because I couldn't read them. 21.
Sure.
I got a 17.
Okay.
See if he has anything hidden on him. And I'm casually
Okay. So again, just like before, all you can really find on him is basically just standard sort of banditry gear. You do find some silver in one of the pouches, so you can give yourself 4 silver. But other than that, again, these guys are just like perfectly normal human beings who just happen to be here. But you do put 2 and 2 together, and the amount of damage that you took from the axe blow doesn't match sort of like the muscular stature of these guys. So they don't. You've got no idea how they were strong enough to deal with that much damage to you with a single blow.
It did hurt.
Okay, so Charlotte, what are you doing?
Does anyone need healing?
Osatina does, yes.
I will go up to them and I will do cure wounds on them.
Okay.
And that is 8 points of healing.
Okay. The bleeding immediately stops, and she's still in pain, and she sort of like just sits on the floor, but she seems to not be in any danger now. Thank you. Oh, my favourite dress is ruined. Okay, so Docker, what are you doing?
Docker's just skulking around and trying to. He's trying to essentially stare out the guy who we've left alive.
Okay. So he's basically saying that. So, what are you going to do with me?
Hit you!
Can we actually take him to the guards to let him deal with him instead of us to deal with him?
That's one option you can go for if you decide to go down that route. So
Maybe
what
we
is
should find out maybe a bit about like these red paladins. Like, did we find out where they came from? Or...
Yeah, yeah, true.
Okay, so we're an order of paladin monks. We're set up in a castle just north of here, but we've only got like 50 men at arms. Well, 49 now, I suppose. But I came along thinking I was here to save somebody's sister. I didn't realise we'd be fighting monsters. No offence.
Was he talking to me?
I want to ask if he knew about. I forgot the other paladin's name already. Like,
Reynolds
yeah,
and
him
Charlotte, the flood
and his
were
sort
there.
of activities with his sister.
What activities?
He was selling his sister.
And beating her.
I knew nothing about that. No. Is that what all this bloodshed is about?
Yes.
So you didn't even know what you were fighting for?
No, he told me he needed help saving his sister, and no one was going to help him, not even our fellow brothers. And
Paladin are you? You don't even ask where you're going to. You don't even wonder what you need to do. You just go there and kill. You're not mercenary. You got yourself as a name of a paladin, and this is the result. Shame on you.
and I thought I was stupid.
Oh, honey, don't call you stupid. It's just stupid.
I don't think I've got anything else I want to
I've gone back
ask
to the bar.
this guy. I'm happy to let Turek sort of deal with it. I am going to approach the sister and sort of ask how she's doing. Which
Yeah,
is
so she's the
this
one
girl
with
like,
white
yeah?
hair.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does
We'll
she-
check in on her.
So she basically comes up from under the table that the dwarf that she's been sort of helping is just like sitting down, just like completely oblivious to everything that's going on. He's quite happily just drinking his drink. So he's dead then.
It's over.
It's over. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Well, what's going to happen to me now?
Freedom!
Yeah, you're free to do whatever it is you wish. If you wish to stay here,
Yes.
that's your choice.
Yes, I think I will. This entire episode has proven that people need protecting. But that's yes, I believe I'll take the potion and call for my life, and I'll join my sisters and the sirens and see if we can do some good here.
I have faith.
Doc is still staring about.
Okay, Charlotte, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna slowly wipe the blood off me and look very bewildered and shocked at everything that's just happened because this is the first time she's left the temple and she's just been greeted with bloodshed.
Oh, you've been thrown right at the deep end.
Welcome.
Wow.
You curious how things works over here, so you're welcome.
Okay, so are you guys going to take the guard to the barracks, as it were?
Yeah, I'm happy to let Turek sort of.
Yeah, because honestly, guys, it's not even his fault, and he doesn't deserve to die.
Okay, so you basically pull him up to his feet, and you basically lead him out of the tavern, and you basically, oops, sorry, wrong one. And so basically, this is the place where you need to bring him to. So do you just drop him off with the guards and just leave it there, or do you want to be a bit more precise about it?
What do you guys say?
This one's on you. I said I was happy to let you sort of just deal with it. I don't mind not killing them.
I'm selfish.
I wouldn't ask Docker his opinion if I were you.
No, I mean, Felix looks at Doc and just turns away, really awkward. I guess I'm just gonna bring him to the justice and let it
Okay.
run as it's supposed to be instead of us to do the thing.
Tell me where your sister
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna bring him the paladin. I'm just gonna bring the paladin to the guys. Where do I need to go again?
Just to the castle where you're pretty much
Okay,
outside.
okay. I wasn't letting-
The paladin seems very cooperative, and he pretty much surrenders himself to the guards and basically promises to tell them everything that's happened. And so he doesn't appear to hold a grudge against you at all. He basically just nods to each of you, says farewell. If by some miracle I'm allowed to keep my order, I'll ensure that no ill feeling is met with my order and the likes of you. Though we may not be allies, you can be sure no revenge will be called in my brother's name.
That's good to hear. But I hope you do understand that what you're going through is totally wrong, and you need to use this time for yourself as a redemption. Be good, be brave.
Yes, of course. Farewell, and I hope you find safety in whatever it is that you'll be doing next.
Cool.
Okay, so now that you've done that, what would you like to do?
So we should return to the office.
Yes.
Okay.
Also show Marilla where she's going.
Okay, so you basically lead Marilla to the Alpha base. You basically take the scenic route past the red light district and through the back streets, and eventually you end up outside the Alpha base.
I guess we head in.
Okay, so basically head upstairs and there's a slight shimmering effect on the wall, which then immediately fades and allows Charlotte, it allows you entry. George, the butler, is basically waiting in the front door, as if he's been standing there this whole time waiting for you. Greetings. I trust your efforts at the brothel were productive.
I got to eat someone.
Of course.
Yeah, she got free food as always.
Very good, very good. Will you be wanting supper?
Yes.
That would be. Hey, are you still hungry? Unbelievable.
I could eat.
Very
Yeah,
good.
me too.
Very good. The rest of the alphas have left for the night, so unfortunately it's just myself, Master Padwin, and Master Ethan. But food shall be served in an hour. Please feel free to lounge and recover. Although I will advise you that Master Padwin is still suffering the effect of his haste.
Can I chase the cat?
If you can catch him.
I'm gonna chase the cat.
Okay, so
Oh no.
So you basically step into like the main room of the Alpha base, and you can still see the telltale streak, which is the black and orange streak of Padwin the cat, basically just zooming around the room at several times the speed of light.
And can I attempt to catch him?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
I'm alright. I'm not too bad. An 18.
Okay, so you managed to catch Padwin by his tail until you he is still sort of like in the running motion, but he's sort of stopped now, and then he realises that he's been caught and says, hello, and then he zooms behind you, Charlotte, and he's like, I don't know you. Who are you? Hello.
The cat talks.
Yes, the cat talks.
Hello.
You're not
Yes,
used to it.
I know it. I know it. It's a massive head fuck. Believe me, I know.
He zooms in front of you. What's a head fuck?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that you get used to it.
Yeah, so he's like hovering around Docker, just like zooming from one corner to the other, and he's like, what's a head fuck?
Congratulations, you taught the child.
Docker's going to extend his hand out for him to jump up onto his shoulder.
So he zooms around you and several circles, and he stops outside behind Charles again. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Marilla. Do we need to take this cat to be healed? It shouldn't talk, should it?
Oh no, he should talk. Don't worry. He's just experiencing a bit of haste right now. That's why he's zooming everywhere.
I can't say
He's
so
just more
myself.
distracted by the fact he's.
It's very confusing, but his mother is a tiger, but also a person.
I can't say so myself. 6 times, then another 2, and then another 1. I don't know how to count. Hello.
Can I just pounce on the cat and pretend to play, fight, eat with it?
Hello.
Not
Don't eat
really
me.
eat it, just play with it.
Hello. Don't eat me.
Wow.
Okay, so Ethan has basically been lounging in the chair with his lute, just
Well done.
yay, with his lute just sort of like very vulnerably leaning against the table.
It's your best friend, Docker.
God. Yeah. I play the flute. I play his flute. Then
I don't join in this time.
Okay. Okay, so as you're basically playing this, Charlotte, you get the distinct feeling that something is behind you.
Oh. Is it?
I jump, turn around, and I grab a piece of clear quartz to protect myself.
Okay, so you basically see Frank in all of his glory.
And then she shields her up because she has never seen anything like this before.
Why, hello there! You must be the new girl.
I wanted to punch something.
Behind her eyes, because she's got her hand over her eyes, she puts her other hand out and tries to find a hand to shake.
Oh, you made a mistake.
You made a very bad mistake.
Don't do it.
So your hands grip something sort of rubbery and squishy.
Leave the girl alone, Frank.
Can I see what she's grabbed?
Yep, you basically see that it's something very phallus shaped, but it appears to be made out of fudge.
Fudge?
It's a banana, apparently. Maya's just announced it's a banana.
Okay, fine, it's banana.
I look round and I whisper in her ear, "Yeah, don't open your eyes, just let go."
She's gonna let go and turn towards the wall, and her normal, very pale complexion is just flushed very red.
See what you done?
Well, don't worry, darling. I'm here to look after you. My name's Frank. I'm the resident genie of the Alpha Base. So whatever you wish, darling, anything you like, I'm here for you.
They always screw up, though.
Docker is then going to swap places with Charlotte and stand in the middle whilst explaining to Charlotte, "This is Frank. He is the resident genie and pervert of the group."
Frank, I have a question. What would happen if I were to wish you away?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, but you can't wish this away until you sort of poses for you.
Can't guarantee you might wish his clothes away or something stupid like that.
I could definitely do that for you. I'll even do that without any wishes, if you like.
No,
I
thank
get
you.
the feeling we wouldn't need a wish. Just not even a subtle connection. Any opportunity, really.
He turns back to you, Charlotte.
Yeah, Maya.
But I'm serious, darling. 3 wishes. 3 wishes for being part of this group. Anything that you want. I can't, with the exception, I can't kill anybody. You can't wish me away. You can't wish for more wishes. And though I can make people fall in love through other means, I can't. You can't wish it, unfortunately.
Can I wish for confetti to come from the ceiling?
Absolutely, and he clicks his fingers. An entire. However, it doesn't necessarily come in this room. You just hear a sudden crash bang wallop coming from this room, and then
like confetti.
and then George basically walks in, sticks his head in, and then comes into the room. I'm afraid dinner is going to be delayed for several hours. Unfortunately, the kitchen room has been filled with confetti.
Oh.
Sorry.
Doc is then going to explain. What he failed to mention was, yes, you've got 3 wishes and you can wish for whatever you want, but it always in some way goes wrong.
Duly noted.
You know, he's like one of the genies that you buy from Wish.
She's quite an innocent first interaction with Frank compared to our last one.
At which point, Padman zooms into the kitchen and dives headfirst into the confetti.
Fantastic. The cat
At
is
least the cat's entertained.
Quick, somebody shut the door.
I don't think that would be very safe.
Close the door.
He's got confetti. Like, what's less safe?
Can I make a bunny, Mom?
Okay, so...
Are you?
Confetti in the kitchen.
Okay, so you're basically in the Alpha base now. What would you like to do as part of your sort of downtime, as it were?
Is it long rest, short rest?
It can be a long rest if you want it.
Can I read a book?
I don't have anything in particular.
Well, attempt to read a book.
So you guys are just.
Learning how to read.
So you guys are just happy to wait for the Alphas to come back, as it were.
I think I'm just gonna turn in. Like we're at the end of the night and stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, it's coming to the end of the day.
Ducker is going to turn around to. Is it George, the butler?
Yep.
He's going to turn around to George and he's going to say, "By any chance, is Jason around?"
I'm afraid not. The Alphas all left on vital business to explore the forests for the disturbances.
What forest?
Yes.
It's a bit forest.
I think you mean Grove.
Yes. The flames have since died down, so the forest is now clear for them to explore. But they decided to bring everybody with them, given the attack that happened last time. Okay, so are you guys basically just going to have your long rest?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go sleep. I've got nothing more I need to do.
I'm going to bully Ethan a little bit and then probably go to sleep.
I'm going to attempt to learn to read.
Okay. Charlotte?
I'm gonna sit on the place where I'm currently stood, cross my legs, trance for 4 hours, whilst holding 2 crystals, which are amethyst and moss agate, to try to cleanse my soul after what I've seen today.
Okay. And Frank is basically just going to stand next to you and just watch you very intently.
So Ducker was just about to say this, but obviously Frank's already done something. Ducker's going to turn to Frank, extend out his blade, and he's going to say, "Frank, you go anywhere near this girl, and I will kill you. Do you understand me?"
Duly noted, darling. I won't get caught going near her.
Oh, you'll get caught if you go near her.
Okay, so dinner is eventually served confetti-free, and during the late hours of the night, the Alphas eventually return, or more specifically, Scott, Jen, and Jason do.
Your best friend is here.
Jason. That sounded really weird. I didn't mean it in a weird way.
Jason.
Frank also goes, Jason. Okay, so this is during the late hours of the night, so do you want to wait until morning before you actually do something, or are you guys happy to interact with them now?
I don't mind either way.
I don't mind either way as long as I get a long rest.
Okay, we'll wait until morning then. So you awaken in the morning, and it appears to. It's not quite sunrise, but it's in sort of the early hours. It's long enough for you to have had your full rest. So if you guys want to heal up, etc. Okay, so you come into the main room. Padwin's haste appears to have finished, so he's now just like rolling on the floor with Scott just sort of like holding. He's basically holding his sword over Padwin, and Padwin's basically trying to leap up and grab it. Jen and Jason, however, appear to be incredibly busy, as several crates appear to have been deposited outside of the base, and they're hastily trying to get them inside, trying to sort them out.
Wait, so what?
At the moment, you don't know yet.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as Scott sees you, he snaps up his sword and basically just holds out Padwin to you and is like, "Here, take him."
I grab him.
Great.
What's going on?
Under no circumstances let him near any of the grenades. And he runs out.
I bundle him like into my trench coat and just hold him there.
Can I swipe a grenade?
It's like a grenade.
It probably wouldn't be a good idea to say, can I use the spell catapult on the crates?
You can if you want.
How much do they weigh?
I didn't actually think about that.
If you're between 1 to 5 pounds, I can catapult them in the right direction.
Oh no, they're significantly heavier than 5 pounds, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
Padwin is less than 5 pounds, though.
Don't catapult the cat.
I can catapult the cat at the grenade. That's it. I did contemplate seeing if I could do a spell on Docker and turn him into a catapult instead of a spear. But
So Padwin's basically just like looking up at you and is like, would you like to play a game?
throw the cat.
I have a game. I play it whenever when Uncle George is here. I call it Prisons and Lethal Flaming Lizards.
I'm guessing I'm the lethal flaming lizard.
Would you like to play the game?
I don't know.
I
Can
don't
get- Set
know.
something on fire?
Well-
Or steal some catapults?
Well-
Grenades?
I get to be the Lethal Flaming Lizard, and you guys have to sit and have to run away from me. And if I catch you, I put you in the prison.
But I'm already a lizard.
I already attacked.
Okay. So while this is going on, are you guys basically going to like eat breakfast, etc., or are you just going to play with Padwin?
The cat.
I'm just gonna stuff my face with breakfast.
Okay.
What
I'm going
breakfast? I
to
already
go
stuffed
and
my face
ask
in the kitchen.
George what's happening.
A long-awaited supply drop has finally come in the last hours of the night. However, the delivery was not brought into the base, and now it is simply lying exposed. Fortunately, our location means that nothing has been stolen, but however, the base's security has been compromised.
Ouch.
Not great.
That sounds like a you problem.
Is there anything that we can help you out with?
For the time being, keeping Master Padwin away from the grenades is probably the best thing to do.
Alright, Docker, did you hear?
There is last remnants of breakfast. Unfortunately, I am not in a position to be able to assist you any further.
I'm just going
There
to
is no
get breakfast and tell Docker to
remnants
play with
left. I ate it.
the cat.
Okay, Charlotte, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be looking at the cat, and I'm just gonna, even though apparently it's fine that the cat talks, she's just gonna be holding a crystal over it, trying to cleanse it to stop it from talking, because this is inhuman.
But it's a cat, it's not human.
I'm cat-like then.
So he sees the crystal. Ooh, shiny.
No, you're not allowed it. It's to cleanse you. Stop talking.
Can I trade it? I trade you for my crystal. I don't know, my crystal doesn't do anything, I don't think.
Docker sees all these crystals and starts cringing because he thinks it's the same crystal that Scott was holding up at him. He starts like cringing to himself, expecting pain, and then nothing comes.
And the shadow in the back of your head is like, what are you doing?
Do I see this cringe?
Give me a perception check.
I'm not paying attention, I'm just pulling things out my bag and showing it because I'm assuming that's what we're doing.
Sure.
That's an 8.
Okay, unfortunately not. Your entire attention has been taken up by stopping Padwin from playing with the crystal.
I made gray.
Okay, so after an hour or so, the three alphas eventually come back in, and their work done, and the base now fully sealed. Scott immediately comes over to you, Charlotte, and is like, glad you arrived. Thought we'd missed you. He shakes your hand.
Happy to meet you.
I take it you've met your teammates as well.
Yes, and the monstrosity of the cat.
What's a monstrosity?
I'd be careful that cat's related to him.
I mean, this lovely cat is so cute.
Unfortunately, this
She hasn't been out much.
Unfortunately, this appears to offend Padron, and he puts on like a look of grumpiness and he's like, "I'm not cute. I'm fit. I'm a deadly flaming lizard. Rah!"
No, you are the cutest little thing. Okay, forget everything I said about you being a monster. Oh my god, you are the cutest.
If you're a flaming lizard, you're stuck in my trench coat right now and you're doing nothing about it. So you're not a very good flaming lizard.
Should I get another javelin?
No. No more javelins.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone for your daggers because they'd be shining in your pockets.
You mean this dagger?
Why
And he
did
holds
you-
it, and he holds it up in his mouth.
I'd like, not rip it, but like take it out of his mouth. Why are you stealing my things? That's my job to steal. No, it's not. Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
It's not my job to steal at all. As he puts his dagger away, just stands like in silence, staring at the floor.
So after a sort of awkward silence, Jen sort of steps forward and says, "So what happened at the brothel?"
I ate someone.
We managed to get the paladin out of the problems. We got one in a prison, and the other one unfortunately died.
I see. And the brothel keepers?
They're happy.
They're all alive.
That's good.
They have my rugs.
Sorry, what?
The rug was burned. Forget the rug.
There was a rug.
I stole a rug like 2 sessions ago from the brothel.
No, I know that was just Docker going. There was a rug.
Oh yeah, Docker wasn't actually there, was he? Docker was upstairs.
Yeah, Docker was led upstairs by a prostitute.
After you broke in through the window.
After I broke in through the window, yeah.
So did you learn anything about the murders?
Didn't ask.
Everybody needs a second chance.
No, they don't.
Now, guys, repeat with me. Everybody.
Everybody
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Needs
needs
a second chance.
a second chance.
To die.
No, that's
And Padron just perks up in the middle of this. Do I get a second chance? He holds up another dagger.
Give me my goddamn dagger!
And so he basically just canters over to the table. So this incident had nothing to do with the murders, you say?
There's no concrete proof, but I think the paladin might have been the murderer.
I see. Well, but time will tell. If it turns out that no murders occurred from this point onwards, but then we've also got the man.
More paint color.
But what of this paladin you put in the jail?
He basically didn't have a clue what he was doing. And, a weird thing happened as well. Before we came here the first time in the Alphas, no, that was after. Anyway, we fought the same people as we fought before. Like, literally the same. Right, guys?
Yeah, the same guy threw Docker, the threw Docker last time.
Precisely.
Killed him again.
Wait,
Although the bard was different.
wait. So Ethan basically straightens up and is like, "Wait, the 4 brothers who you killed in my defence when I was wrongly accused of knocking up their sister. You."
When you were rightly accused of knocking up their sister, let's not beat about the bush, Ethan.
So, but you fought them again. Like, were they zombies or?
They seem to be perfectly fine, just stronger than they needed to.
Yeah, but they seem stronger, so definitely not zombies. Oh,
Wait,
undead.
so Scott basically comes in like, wait, they were stronger.
Physically.
Why do we need to repeat ourselves? Yes.
What even hurt?
So he looks to Jen and says, I'll look into this. And then Jen's like, are you sure? Yes. I have a hunch. I need to investigate this. He basically just immediately makes a beeline out and departs. Padwin sort of like chases him to the door and then just goes, bye bye.
We're gonna look to Jen and ask if it's one of the escapees.
Yes, I would like to know a little bit more.
It's possible. I don't know if this is linked to the escapee, but we faced something like this before. But we thought we beat it last time we fought it, but this isn't necessarily a new thing. Let Scott do his investigations. He knows what he's looking for. But I'm glad that you brought up the escapees. However, we have a lot to discuss. Please sit. So basically, comes over to the table, and Padwin just immediately jumps onto the said table. So Jason just sort of like stands vigil next to Docker with his two swords.
Duncan notices this and starts swiveling one of his daggers on his finger like a basketball.
Okay, so Charlotte, what are you doing?
I will pay attention to what is being said and awkwardly stand there, unsure of what to do with herself because she's never been in a situation like this.
Okay. We're fairly sure we know which escapee we're dealing with here. We call it the Wendigo. Well, no. It's a Wendigo, it's not the Wendigo, but that's what we call him. We believe that he's somewhere in the forest. But I don't suppose any of you have dealt with the Wendigo before?
What
Is
are
it
they?
strong?
She looks at Jason and he sort of lets out a chuckle. Yeah, they're strong. But basically, a Wendigo is a creature that started off as a hunter who gave in to starvation while out in the wilderness and started feeding on human flesh.
That sounds like a lizard person.
Oh, those guys. Yes, I've dealt with a Wendigo before.
And they then mutate into a monstrous creature that has the capability to incite violence and hunger in everything around them.
I've dealt with these before.
Good, then it should be fairly simple for you to take out. We believe it's in the forest. We just don't know where in the forest.
Where in the forest have you been investigating until now?
Just north of where you engaged the spiders, but we didn't find anything there. But we need to stay here and catalogue everything that's come in, so we'll be relying on you guys to go out and find some information about strange disturbances that have happened and see if we can organise some sort of search pattern.
Okay.
So head out into town, go into the market. That should be opening soon. But listen in conversations, ask people, spend money, do whatever you need to do to try and loosen tongues and see if we can narrow down where to search for this beast.
All right.
Okay.
You all good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you want to begin your search, as it were? So you basically got the market, you've got the temple, you've got the castle, you've got the inn, you have the public bathhouse, you have the blacksmith, this is the alpha base, this is the brothel, and then you just have various outcroppings, and then down here is a cemetery. You also have the docks as well.
I suggest looking in the cemetery.
I was about to say, Doctor, you looks like someone who knows how to get information.
That would be true.
Yeah.
I suggest looking in the cemetery. forest. That is quite normally where Wendigos will frequent.
Yes, and it's close to the temple, which sounds like a comforting place.
Alright.
Docker will kind of side eye and think, who wants to go to the temple?
What's wrong with the temple?
Hey, I never said that out loud.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so who's going where?
I'm going to
the cemetery.
I'll come with.
Okay.
I guess we all go then?
Okay, you stalk Elsa then, Maya, that's fine.
Okay, so where Natalie is the sort of entrance. Cemetery looks very deserted. But it seems to be a sort of like mix-up of sort of like more expensive crypts to simple gravestones, and then a couple of bodies are simply buried in small rocks. It seems that a multitude of different cultures seems to be sort of congregating in this cemetery.
Okay.
The cemetery itself, however, is deserted. There doesn't seem to be any sign of life or unlife going on here.
Is there any can I do like a nature check to see if there's any not necessarily footprints, but any clue that a Wendigo has been there before?
Yeah, sure.
That's a natural 20. 22.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you sort of investigate, you see, for some reason, a rabbit is lingering in the sort of cemetery. Like, you look at it looks at you, and it looks like this.
Can I chase the monster rabbit?
No.
Right, okay then.
That is a rabbit.
Doc is just going to say, that's one freaky looking rabbit.
Okay, so it basically just like opens its giant mouth at you, lets out a slight snarl, and sort of carries along its way deeper into the cemetery.
Can I follow it, but at a distance?
Okay, so aside from the fact that it's only got one eye and it's got these razor sharp teeth, it does behave much like a rabbit would. So it sort of like hops along a little bit, stops, nuzzles its nose, then hops along again, and it basically carries on until it gets to the sort of like border of the cemetery and just simply stoops underneath the fence and goes off into the forest.
Well, beautiful day to chasing rabbits.
Okay.
Are we planning to follow it, or?
Well, I'm going to roll to decide what Docker thinks. Docker wants to follow it.
Okay. And the voice in the back of your head just says, first it's shape-shifting tigers, then it's talking cats, now it's cannibalistic rabbits. I like this job.
Docker's going to say in his head, yeah, this job's very fun. And then he's going to say to him, and then going to say to the spirit in his head, I get the feeling that the animals swapping, well, not hierarchy, whatever it's called, swapping the food chain is something to do with the Wendigo.
Okay, are you going to say that out loud as well?
So I'm gonna say it out loud, but I'm mostly saying it to the voice in the back of my head.
Okay. Right, so Charlotte, what would you like to
seems
do?
to be having that effect.
And then Docker will suggest to follow it to see if it leads us anywhere near towards the actual Wendigo itself.
The source. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a better plan.
Okay, Charlotte, what do you think?
Yes, we should, because what a cute creature and what a horrible thing that's happened to it.
Okay, so are you basically going to vault the fence, or are you going to take the more standard route into the forest?
I'm gonna vault the fence.
And the rest
What
of
is
you?
the fence made of?
It's just standard like wood panels against posts.
Don't break it.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing. It's the sort of thing to sort of mark territory as opposed to specifically keep things out.
Yeah, I'm gonna vault the fence.
How high is the fence? I mean, I'm not very actually, I am quite athletic. Yeah, alright, yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, so this basically takes you along the route that, aside from like going through a small tree line, pretty much takes you to the route that you took when you were fighting the spiders. But the rabbit has disappeared from sight, but you're basically on the same trail leading back into the forest.
No, go on, Charlotte. You go first. Sorry.
Can I use the spell detect good or evil to see if I can find the evil little footsteps of it or something like that?
Sure. What do you need to do for that? Do you need to roll for anything?
I'm just having a look. I cast it on myself and it lasts. It doesn't say how long it lasts. I can't find it. It just says casting time 1 action.
Yeah, put concentration for up to 10 minutes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So it lasts to 10 minutes, and I can see if there is evil near us.
Okay.
Up to 30 feet where I am.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's 19.
Okay. You're initially overwhelmed by just how much evil there is sort of like in this immediate area, but you're able to sort of like tank through it and eventually sort of come up to what is sort of tolerable levels.
Okay, in reaction, I'm just gonna whisper, "Oh God," and like get my holy symbol out and clutch it to my chest in fear.
Okay, so for the rest of you, all you're basically seeing is her casting a spell and then having this reaction.
Is everything alright, miss?
There's a lot of bad stuff around here. I think we should tread very carefully.
Oh. Okay.
Can I do another nature check to see if there's anything about the Wendigo?
Sure.
I don't know if it is supposed to be nature or something else. I
Yeah,
just
do
say nature because we're in woods.
Yeah, do nature.
Oh, that's not as good. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. An 18.
Okay, so you can sort of detect various tracks from various small animals and various blood trails where prey has been sort of like dragged off and stuff like that. So just in general, sort of like standard nature stuff, with the exception that it's the bodies that you're finding are predators as opposed to prey. So you're seeing like foxes that are dead, a wolf that's dead, and but you're not seeing any sort of small animals dead like squirrels, birds, or anything like that.
Do the footsteps and the blood trails lead towards a certain like in a certain direction?
They are quite haphazard, but you're getting a sense that the haphazardness, so like there's some which are going that way, some which are going that way, some going this way, but they're basically less. They become more dense once they get to like this point. Oops. Yeah, this point. Yeah, so like, they're going in various different directions, but they become more concentrated the further north you go.
Yeah, so Docker is going to kind of Like,
Have you finished your
take.
plate?
He's gonna like take. He's gonna like sniff around, literally sniff around, and have a look at the floor, feel the dirt and stuff like that. And he's gonna basically relay the information up to the group, and he's gonna say, I get the sense that the tracks and the blood trails are more dense towards the north of the forest.
This is where the Alphas went as well.
Yes, but you can sort of tell because of their that there are human footprints here. So you do put 2 and 2 together and basically conclude that this is where the Alphas were. They did say that they went slightly further north of where you've battled the spiders, but they then had to turn back.
Can I raid the bodies for stuff?
Do you mean just like meat and stuff like
Just bits and pieces, yeah.
that? Okay.
Hide, bone, fur.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to roll for you? Yeah, you got 12. So yeah, you've managed to get various different bits of meat and squirrel corpse.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys want to basically head north from here, or do you want to carry on investigating?
Docker is going to suggest to the group that possibly we should go more north, because if the tracks and the blood trails are more dense north, that could possibly mean that that's where the source is. But he's going to open it up to the group, basically.
I'm not much of a traveler, so I guess I'm just gonna trust you.
I'll trust in what you say, but proceed with caution.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
I agree with that. You lead the way.
Okay. At that point, a rabbit falls down the cliff.
Dinner!
It basically bashes down the cliff and lands in a broken mess on the floor.
Is it dead?
Can I have a look up the cliff to see if I can see why it fell down?
You look up and you see what looks like something bat-like, but flying out of sight. So it's wherever this flying creature was appeared to have had the rabbit in its claws, has dropped it, and the rabbit has now landed in front of you.
Can we tell from where we are if it's dead or not?
Yeah, it's very dead.
Okay, cool. Doc is going to kind of like turn around and say like, well, that's not freaky at all, is it?
No, but on the other hand, Totem got dinner, so...
No, that's very true. And then Docker is going to he's going to take out his daggers, hold them in his hands, and is then going to proceed forward with caution.
Okay. So are you guys basically heading north from here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this bit is basically a cliff. So in order to go north, you will need to climb the cliff.
Let's climb the cliff then.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to try to go first? Am I, like... I don't know.
How tall is, how high is the cliff?
It's a good 100 foot.
Oh, no, everyone's over £5.
You plan just catapult everyone up.
I was thinking about it, but it rolled too heavy. Sorry.
How far could I throw Docker?
Docker's our memory
Docker's going to turn around and go, "You don't to throw me like a javelin again."
No, we were going to catapult you instead.
So at that point,
Docker's just gonna like shake his head and he's just gonna start climbing up.
at that point, Frank appears and is like, "Yeah, you could wish to be at the top of the cliff."
No, because
Frank,
Not now, Frank.
Frank, I don't trust your wishes as far as I can throw you.
Yeah, you could throw me quite far, technically.
I was about to say you might want to be careful who you threaten to throw. They might throw you back.
Hold on. Is Frank more than £5?
genie, so
technically he's ethereal, so he doesn't weigh anything.
can I catapult Frank?
You can if you want.
I was also going to catapult Frank.
I can't catapult on Frank.
Okay, so what do you have to do for that?
I just cast it and throw it. Throw him.
Okay, which direction do you want to throw him in?
The opposite direction to me.
Okay, so that's in a straight line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He lands in the bloody entrails of the rabbit. Oh God, that's I've got rabbit blood up my. I'm going. Okay. So do you go? So are you guys now climbing the cliff?
Yep. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
I want to use a key point to do dash and jumping at the same time, which is the triple or the double. I mean,
Yeah, sure. So you basically put you're parkouring up the cliff as opposed to climbing it.
yes, basically. I probably do some noises like all the way.
Okay, so it takes the rest of you about an hour to climb up this cliff because you don't have any climbing gear with you, and so you're basically just going from rock to rock, and you eventually get to the plateau that's at the top of the cliff. But this basically just leads into more wood. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly strange about this wood, so you basically just take the most northern path through the tree line. You're not necessarily following any particular trail, but I need each of you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if am I very wise. I'm not very wise.
I rolled a 16.
I rolled a 17 and I've got no modifiers, so it's just a straight 17.
I have -1 to wisdom, so mine's only a 15.
Got 7.
Mine's a 13 altogether.
I'm dead.
Oh, this isn't on you. Okay, bear with me, I'm just rolling from that.
I might have a modifier in there. I'm not sure.
And Natalie got a natural 20.
Jesus.
Oh no, this is wisdom. Okay.
So
Nat doesn't even realise.
so you all start feeling quite hungry. But
I'm always hungry, that's why I'm wise, because to me that's just normal.
but you suddenly start to think it's been quite a while since you last ate something, and you start thinking about the last time that you had the most fulfilling and delicious meal that you could possibly think of. So that all triggers like different sort of like memories for you. So Doko, it'll be like the first time that you were offered a good meal whenever you first joined the Assassins, or sort of like an initiation prize that you had, where you where instead of being served scraps from the table, you were actually fed like a full 3-course meal, like starters, desserts, and so a main meat meal and sorry, one sec. A main meat meal and then sugar cakes and things like that. That was the one and only time that you've ever had a meal like that. You find that you're thinking back to that. But Kashan, you remember a time that that your battalion won a very particular battle against bandits, and you were able to raid their food stores, and your battalion supped on roasted pig, salted pork, and various other sort of like feastly attire, as it were.
I do love me some meat.
Charlotte, do you remember a particular celebration that you had with your temple? It's basically the only time in your temple's history where they actually allowed delicacies, and they brought in various cakes in from the local bakers, and basically for the first time in years, all of the priestesses were able to sort of give in to their gluttonous sins, as it were. Charlotte?
Is she muted again?
Sorry, I cut out for a second. What was that last tiny bit? You cut off on it, but I thought you were still talking.
That's okay. It was basically the first time that you were able to give in to temptatious foods, and it was, and you've never had a situation like that before. And,
Definitely Victoria sponge cake.
And Natalie, you remember the first time that you feasted on human flesh?
I've lost count how many times I've eaten a person, so that's fine.
Yeah, but it was the very first time. Yeah, but. And
the day I spawned out of the egg.
And you remember how different human flesh was to the rest of the other sort of insect flesh and stuff that you would find in the desert. And it's actually considered quite a delicacy because you had it raw, it was full of blood and all that.
That's fine.
Okay. But Turek, your thoughts linger to the meat that you bought in the market, which is still in your satchel.
Oh yeah.
And you're thinking, this is very prized meat, and if you don't eat it soon, it's going to go bad. But then again, it's such good meat. Why should you waste time cooking it? Why not just simply have it now? Just eat it raw, and meat's meat at the end of the day. And you find yourself giving into this temptation to the point that you're now opening a satchel and handling the bundle of meat.
Okay.
Okay, so all of you, aside from Turek, all of you sort of snap out of this sort of daydream, and suddenly realise that these are the exact same effects that Jennifer has warned you about. That the Wendigo encourages feelings of hunger and violence.
Docker is going to announce to the group the Wendigo is nearby.
Okay, so Turek is now opening his little packet of meat.
Can I shout back at him, try and snap him out of it?
On the floor!
Can I jump on him and eat the meat before he does?
Dave, you and Natalie, can you roll? Give me an initiative roll, and I'll find out who gets to act first as well.
I got a 12.
15.
Okay, so Natalie gets there first, unfortunately. So she's going to jump on Turek. And give me a sleight of hand check.
16.
What's your passive perception, Kelly?
12.
Okay, right. Okay, so you have... So Natalie has managed to take the meat off of you.
Pause.
But unfortunately it's too big to eat in one go. So you can take a bite out of it, but...
I'm just going to back off with it and threaten to eat it. If he doesn't start behaving himself, I'm going to eat his meat.
Okay, so Michaela, this is enough to get you to snap out of it, as it were. But you suddenly realise that your hands are covered in blood from the meat, and you now see Tordum basically holding it in her hands.
What are you doing?
I stopped you eating it.
By eating it.
You complained that you don't like your meat raw, so I hold your raw meat.
I guess that's right.
Docker's going to stand in the middle of them and say, "Stop! Stop! This is what the Wendigo wants." And then he's going to take.
I wasn't
the meat
persuaded
off.
by it. I just sort of took the meat off him.
No, but obviously he's seen that
That I've stolen
he
his
snapped
meat.
out of it, and he's seen that you're holding it. So Docker's going to stand in the middle and go, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" this is what he wants, and he's going to take the meat off Tordrum. He's going to put it in Turik's bag, and he's going to say again to everyone, the Wendigo is nearby. This is what it wants. Everyone, be at attention.
Thanks, Tucker.
Oh, no fake for me then. Right, I'm going to sit and sulk now.
Well, I'm
I
really
should have taken
confused.
a bite out
Alicia
of
just was about to bite me and eat my precious meat.
Okay.
So this is what I just seen. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Turek and Tordum, can you both give me wisdom save throws again?
Why?
Oh.
I already passed with flying colours. And I
Not a good day for me. I can roll a 10.
Okay. What did you get now?
I'm going to 8 this time.
Okay, so unfortunately Docker's words aren't enough to stop you two from coming to blows. So if you two want to roll initiative?
Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently we're going to fight each other. 10.
13.
Okay, so Turek, you get to go first?
I need to attack her.
Yep. We'll just use this bit of the map, so I'll just move you two over here.
I was just about to ask where we are now.
Yeah, technically you're at the top of the cliff, but oh wait a minute, yeah, I have made a map for it. I'll just edit it with me. Sorry.
Mm.
Okay,
So the meat is inside my bag again, right?
yeah, so I'll move you to sort of like here-ish.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can only do
I don't want to.
I mean, you can try and do it like a disengage action, I suppose.
No, I'll make myself in a dodge position, so to make, I mean, in a defense position, so.
So you're preparing to dodge.
Yes, that one.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to do?
I only took it to keep him safe, so I'm just going to sulk. I'm just going to like put my hands up, sit on the floor and sulk and refuse to move from my seat.
Okay.
Like a free
Docker is again going to stand in the middle, and he's going to say, Kashan, give me some help here, please.
Okay, I will grab hold of Torment and sort of just bring him back.
I'm sitting on the floor, so I can't really do anything.
I get the feeling I can pick you up.
I'm just going to sort of hang there by my tail, sort of like, and swing my arms up. Like you'd hold when you hold like little kids by their
I've
ankles.
got her like over the shoulder, so like as I'm like walking away slightly, she's sticking her tongue out over the back.
Okay, so
I want to say something. River saying to Nat, trying to, if you're gonna try to bite me again, that's gonna be your last time. Did you hear me?
Didn't bite you.
You were going to.
No, I jumped on you and run off with the meat, so you didn't eat it.
Why should I eat raw meat?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
make
That's why I
sense.
took it off you. You're no lizard. You don't eat raw meat.
Torik. You were under the effects of the Wendigo. Stop. This is what he wants. Listen. I promise you, she wasn't trying to eat you or anything. She was stopping you from eating raw meat.
okay, Charlotte, do you want to get in this?
Yeah, I'm
She's
gonna
just
sort of back
gonna
up.
get a piece of incense out, light it, be like, let's all just be calm. I know it's pretty crazy here, but let's just take a moment, take some deep breaths, and everything's gonna be okay.
Gonna start doing some like throat singing to try and like chill everyone out.
If you start doing that, she might throw her pet prayer book at you.
So suddenly one of the rabbits appears, and it appears to be attracted to the stick. It basically just comes over to you.
I start waving it about to see how much it'll follow the stick.
It's sort of just like sitting on the spot and sort of like following it around, but not sort of like moving from where it is, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna put the stick like to the bottom of it, it's just poking out of the ground ever so slightly in front of it with care, and then back away from it to see if it'll take it or chew it or attack it.
Okay, so the rabbit basically goes over, hops over to it. It appears that one of its back legs is missing. Yeah, so it's a little bit unsteady on its feet. It sniffs at the stick and then sort of nuzzles it with his nose. And all of a sudden its mouth completely dislocates from its body, and it just like makes a massive bite out of it, taking up some of the dirt with the stick as well, and just dives off into the foliage.
Okay, I think I see the mom today.
I don't remember rabbits doing that.
I don't think this is a long rabbit, darling.
Can I chase the rabbit?
Sure.
If I get put down by the lizard? If the other...
Yeah, I'll let her go chase the rabbit. She seems back to normal.
Apparently I'm chasing a snake as well.
Okay, so do you want to chase the rabbit?
Yeah, alright. This is like ultimate multitask.
Do you want me to move it for you?
Yeah, I chased the rabbit. I'm assuming I know I'm
Yeah, sure.
following it straight behind.
Okay, so you suddenly enter a bit of the forest which has this very unnatural green glow about it. But it's almost as if you basically just like stepped from what was like a normal sunlit area to a like you've gone underground and it's being lit by green light. The sky is still above you, but for whatever reason, natural light just stops and is being replaced with this eerie green flowing light, as if like green light's being shone from underneath water and it's now reflecting on all the trees around you.
Okay, the light is funky. What else happens? Do I catch the rabbit?
Give me an attack roll.
Does poking the baby in the eye count as an attack roll?
Hmm.
I'm assuming with unarmed strikes.
Whatever you want to attack it with.
15? That was a bite, by the way.
Yep, I mean this is a heavily armoured rabbit, so yep.
5 damage.
Okay, you successfully got it and killed it.
I caught the rabbit! Do you want your stick back? I'm like carrying the stick back to
This blood-stained stick.
I'm taking the rabbit and the stick back to
Eating a rabbit in one
this
hand.
person. Yeah, I got a rabbit in one hand. No, I'm carrying it in my mouth and I've just got its stick. I've taken its stick out of its mouth and brought the stick back. Have your stick.
Thank you for this. Yes, sure.
Okay,
I'll just wipe it on the grass to try and clear any like grunge off it and like.
you guys are going to
tentatively put it back
traumatise
in
this
my
elf
mouth.
to death by the end of this.
I'm a
You should
very
say
what's
thank
the
you.
word? I'm a dumb lizard that doesn't have any social cues, so I'll just do it.
Okay, so what do you want to do with this new area that you've discovered?
Can I show everybody? I found some funky glowing stuff.
Is it mushroom?
I thought so, but it's not. It's light, but not light. But it is light, but it's not light.
Can I roll a perception check, see what's... if
Sure.
I can see anything?
Sure.
Or...
Do I recognise this as like a Wendigo lair?
Let's do David's first and then I'll come to you.
Okay.
I'm guessing
what have I
Doc has
got?
come across a Wendigo before.
Perception +1, so 17.
Okay. You don't see any sort of like source of where this light would be coming from. This little thing here is basically what looks like a totem that has been devoted to some sort of hunter-esque monstrosity. It's basically made up of various animal parts which have been hunted, and it has the skull of a deer head with its antlers, and it's basically been propped up to resemble something humanoid.
Thick.
Okay, so Docker, what were you saying?
Would I recognise this as a Wendigo lair?
Okay, so give me a history check.
History? What have I got for history? Oh, I'm not bad at history.
Not bad at history.
16.
Okay. There's elements of this that you recognise as a Wendigo lair. There's definite points which point to it, like the light being the main thing. However, there are things about this which don't match the norm. You do, however, know that Wendigos are ambushers, and two of your friends are currently in its lair.
Oh, he counts us as friends.
Docker's gonna run it. Docker's gonna run towards the entrance, but not in. Go, come out, come out. That is the Wendigo lair.
I'm gonna grudgingly drag my tail out.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Why did you do it?
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, one sec.
You alright, Maya?
Okay. Just as you leave, however, one of the bat creatures from above you comes down and attempts to pounce you.
Jesus.
Oh,
That's quite cool. No,
That's your response to it,
no
attacking
that's just me
That's quite
generically
cool.
pointing out your token is quite cool.
Thank you. Okay, so Docker, sorry, can you guys all give me a nature check?
All of us.
Yep. Or anyone who wants to do it.
I was just gonna check something, sorry.
I
I rolled a 3, so if somebody else would like to.
Yeah, I got a 5.
I rolled 15.
Technically I got a 13 first, and then I was
Sure.
just plodding along.
Kelly, are you going to roll as well?
did we say initiative, right?
Put nature.
Nature.
Oh, nature. Hello.
Technically speaking, this has just landed in the lair. It hasn't actually attacked you yet.
Yeah, okay. No, just roll a 5, so probably dumb like a goat.
Okay. So, those of you who rolled high, you recognise this as a cockatrice, but it's a substantially bigger one than what would be the norm.
Ooh.
It's not gone to attack any of us, has it?
No, it's basically just landed. You can tell that it tried to attack Tordum, but basically missed, and is now just sort of like in the Wendigo lair, just sort of like, but trying to find her.
Docker is gonna say, everyone come back, everyone come away from the lair and stand still.
Alright, I'll
Don't
follow what Docker says. I'll get out of the way.
Okay, so it latches onto the sound that you made and starts moving towards you.
What's the matter, Maya?
And then,
Yeah,
no, go on, sorry.
The kids are getting a little bit restless on our end, so shall we call it here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay,